Okay, my name is Colin. Have a seat. It's the only way you can follow 30 elementary school kids. Diversion. My name is Colin Raney. I work at Formlabs, which is a Boston-based company that makes 3D printers. For years before that, I ran IDEO's Cambridge studio. Today, I'm excited to introduce you to Indico. Indico is a young company that will bring the power of machine learning to the hands of every developer. Machine learning is a technology whose promise is a long time coming. It's been around since the 1960s. The idea that we could build things that tapped into expansive data sets to learn our behaviors and anticipate our needs. In fact, it's been coming for so long, we've sort of stopped believing it and building it in very small ways in the apps on our phones. The reason it's been a long time coming is because it's a total nightmare to develop. There's no common protocol, it's hard to set up environments, you have to have data scientists, and usually the only people that can endeavor in this area are large universities or large R&D departments and corporations. And we know that that's not really how we're going to push things forward. It's not how we're going to find innovation at the edges and people to do things that will excite us and surprise us with machine learning. And that's why I'm excited to introduce you to Slater Victoroff, the CEO of Indico. Because what he's planned on doing and what he's doing right now is creating an easy development environment so anyone can tap into machine learning, okay? So let's push things forward, and I'd love to introduce you to Slater Victoroff.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming out here. Before we start, I just want to take a very special moment to embarrass somebody in the audience. Stephanie Northway, in the 5th row here, flew in from Philadelphia today and missed a very important business meeting to be here, so can we all just take a second to recognize that and appreciate it. So, as Colin said, my name is Slater Victoroff, and I'm the CEO of Indico, and I want to talk to you about machine learning. Machine learning is the art and science of teaching computers to perform tasks which we used to believe only humans could accomplish. Some examples of this that you might have seen are Google's predictive search, seen here giving a very accurate portrayal of the current state of machine learning. We hope to be moving towards points 2 and 4, but it is accurate nonetheless. All the way to Siri in your phones reacting to your voice and turning that into text and actionable insights, as well as Tesla's new self-driving car being developed. But outside of these titans of industry, what we see is Clippies. What we see is these gimmicky apps that inject machine learning without real novelty, without the power to really do something useful. This is where you see the Clippies, the autocorrects of the world. And why is that? Well, this is what machine learning looks like at Google. These huge server farms with a tremendous amount of infrastructure that, to be perfectly honest, the standard developer just doesn't have access to. We're using the tools of 10 and 20 years ago for the developers of today. And why is this a huge problem? Well, because this field is growing. Because this isn't something that's going away. Because we've seen tremendous growth. There have been more people joining this field now than at any point in the past. And this new generation of data scientists will not be satisfied with the tools that are over a decade old at this point. And what do those tools look like? Well, let me tell you. You start with data set generation, and there you have to figure out what database you're going to use, you have to figure out which library you want to use to interact with your data, and oftentimes you just end up staring at the raw JSON dumps. Once you get past data set generation, you move on to model development. And there, for text, for image, for audio, each one of those fields, for every kind of data you're dealing with, there are dozens of hand-generated features, each of which took half a dozen PhDs to generate, each of which you must learn if you want to effectively develop these kinds of models. And then you move on from model development to deployment. And there's 100 different AWS options. And that might be approachable for a software engineer, but for a data scientist that does not have expertise with this deployment, this is downright terrifying. These are the old tools, though. How easy can machine learning be? Well, at Indico, this is how easy machine learning can be. With these 3 lines, any developer, from the most novice developers, can get started with machine learning. This line, this sentiment of machine learning, is running your query against 50 million product reviews. And the only thing you had to write to see that was this single line. And we have a series of tools that grow with you as a developer. And we're already putting it out there. We have brought this to high schoolers in India using our sentiment analysis engine to drive book recommendations. We've brought this to companies attempting to revolutionize the way that we do fashion feedback by using real-time facial analytics, and we've even done political analysis on the most recent election here in Massachusetts. Who are we? Well, we're a couple of people that love the space. We've done novel research both in the named entity recognition field as well as image augmentation techniques, and we've got a spectacular team of 7 people behind us from Olin. I know we've got some of us out there. Come on, let's hear some noise. There we go. And Babson College, come on. I know you've got a few out here as well. And we're working passionately day and night to make this a reality. But that's not all. I'm pleased to announce that we are fortunate enough to be closing a $3 million seed round with some of the finest people that we could find in the Boston area. We're extremely excited to be working with everyone of these. And we truly, truly believe that they are going to help us in every way to bring Indico to the next level. So I'm here to say, we're here to help. If you want to put machine learning into your applications, if any people in your portfolios, I know there are a lot of investors out here, or any of your friends have been interested in venturing into machine learning, but you've always felt the barrier to entry is too high, you don't need a PhD anymore. Everything you need to get started with machine learning is on this slide. For Python, for Node, for Ruby, right here, and we have libraries for most major languages. Come talk to me if you want to get started. Thank you.